When I was 7 years old, I had a nail about this big plunged into my skull, and I'll tell you guys how that happened. So I had a cousin, and I'm not gonna say his name. If you're watching this video, he's gonna know who he is. We were almost inseparable. We were always together the vast majority of the time, favorite cousins. And as usual, they say boys are hard to keep alive, but girls are more drama, and that's true. So me and my cousin always competed with each other, which is the natural thing that boys do when they're together. They compete. So we jump from building to building like idiots, obviously, completely unaware of the real realities. This is why you grow up and you stop doing stuff like that. But we were very young and we love to compete. So we'll run, we'll race downhill on bicycles to see who would get to the bottom first. And if you've ever rode on a bicycle downhill, you know how dangerous and adrenaline filled that is. Like if you hit the brakes, you're gonna go flying. Let's put it that way. That's how steep the hill was. There's no way you could brake. You gotta let go of the bike and just dump it. In either case, we were going down the hill, going very fast. That's like, that's just one story. I have way too many of these stories. Anyway, but let's get back to the story. So one day, we grew up in an abandoned house behind a house, or behind a multi-floored house, multi-family house is what you call it. So we were behind that house, and it was an abandoned house. So it had like running water, but that we stole was electricity from the building over, and we lived there. And we had a chicken coop in the back. It's a very weird place to have a chicken coop. But we had roosters, we had chickens, we had birds, we had dogs. It's a very weird house, but that's where we lived. Chicken coop in the back, rigged together chicken coop. I mean, it was probably 8 feet tall, with chicken wire and loose wood and planks of wood with nails in them, and the roof was like slanted, not very sturdy. Obviously, it was not sturdy. So my cousin, wanted to like compete about something, because I think I beat him in like a race, because I was faster than my cousin. Obviously, he runs way longer than me. I'm not a long distance runner. I can be if I wanted to, but genetically speaking, I was very fast, but not very. I couldn't run that long distance like he did. So I beat him in a race in this small little alleyway in the hood. And I go up, and so then we do another thing, another type of competition, where he climbed up a tree because we couldn't go up on that chicken coop roof, and because it was 8 feet tall and we were not that big, obviously. But we can climb up to the top and jump off. We're gonna like maybe hurt our feet or legs, but it wasn't deadly. So he climbed up, got on top of the chicken coop, jumped off. And he just, landed, and then I was like, I could do that too. So the next thing you know, I go up on the chicken coop, I jump on top. We were about the same weight anyway. However, it didn't. Let's say I went down, but a different way. I didn't land on my feet. So right when I'm on top, I push down on this chicken coop roof, and it collapses on me. So I go inside the chicken coop. And as I'm falling, I fall to my back. And like I said earlier, it has wood planks, had a bunch of wire fence and all this stuff in there. However, I ended up falling head back like this into a nail. And as I'm coming out like of the chicken coop, my vision is a little blurry. I can't really see that well. But I'm like this, and then I feel something in the back of my head, and I grab right here, and I feel like there's something stuck in my head. And I'm running to my father, and I'm like, I'm bleeding. And then next thing you know, my father grabs it, and I black out right there. I'm not going to say what happened after that, because I don't want to, like I said, cause any legal problems for my family in any way. However, I recovered, obviously, and I have vision. I can see. But it was dislodged from my head. blood did come out of my head. And I passed out simply, I believe, out of, let's say, shock. Because when you have a skull in your head, when you have a nail in your head, that happens as a kid. You don't know how to react to that. I still have this scar to this day. It's right here in the back of my head. But that's my story. I guess the moral of the story is watch your kids and don't let them play around things that can kill them. That would be my recommendation. But I also would not hover over my kids, especially if it's a boy, and try to protect them from every single possible threatening event that they do. That's natural. You don't want to kill that competitive spirit in your son specifically. Girls usually play with things that require kind of make believe things, like, you know, let's have a tea party, let's play with our dolls, let's make believe, you know, there's no like winner or loser, there's really no competition involved. It's more about the communal experience. But with boys it's very different. You don't want to raise your boys to be like, you know, super careful, super analytical in reference to like competition, or they'll be like, you know, cheaters. Basically, they're gonna try to how do I word this? They're gonna try to rig the rules into their favor so that they can win. It's not about being fair and winning fair. That's why I love races, because races, there's no way you can cheat that. We'll run from here to that tree. When I say go, then you can run. 1, 2, 3, go. Then they run, winner, loser, and that's okay. That's how men orchestrate themselves in the world. It's a hierarchy. Like you're not just given the leadership position just because you want it. You got to earn it, and that's good to do when you're young. To teach your boys when they're young. That way, when they get older, they understand how the real world works. Especially when you're around other men, other boys. In that case, when I was young. But that didn't stop me from trying to do something crazy again. Literally a week or two later, I was completely fine, and I just started doing the same crap again. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any crazy stories like that, drop them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like it as well. See you. Bye.